Welcome back to Z Coins. What's up, coin collectors and treasure hunters? Today we're diving into one of the most fascinating coins in American history, the 1972 D Washington quarter. Could one of these coins sitting in your pocket change be worth life-changing money? Some have sold for thousands and even millions of dollars. That's right, $9 million in one case. Stick around to find out why these coins are so valuable, how to spot the rare ones, and their current market value. Let's jump in. First, a quick history lesson. The Washington quarter was introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. The coin was designed by John Flanagan and features the profile of Washington on the obverse, that's the front, while the reverse side originally depicted an eagle perched on a bundle of arrows with olive branches below it. This design stayed relatively consistent for decades, including the year 1972. Visual cue: show close-ups of Washington quarters from different years to highlight the design continuity. By 1972, the quarter was being minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, with a D mint mark, and San Francisco, with an S mint mark. The Denver Mint produced 215 million quarters that year, making the 1972 D quarter a common coin. But here's where it gets interesting. Not all 1972 D quarters are created equal. So what makes certain 1972 D Washington quarters worth a fortune? It all comes down to a few key factors: errors, condition, and rarity. Let's break it down. Mint errors are one of the biggest reasons some 1972 D quarters fetch insane prices. Here are a few examples of errors you should look for. Double die errors. These occur when the coin is struck more than once with a misaligned die, creating a doubled image. Look closely at the text, such as Liberty, In God We Trust, or the date. If the letters look like they're doubled, you could be holding a valuable error coin. Off-center strikes. These happen when the coin isn't aligned correctly during the minting process. The result is part of the design being cut off or blank areas on the coin. The more dramatic the error, the more valuable the coin can be. Clipped planchets. Sometimes, the coin's blank metal disc isn't cut properly, resulting in a coin with a crescent-shaped clip. Show examples of each type of mint error for the audience to compare. These types of errors can turn a regular 25-cent coin into one worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Condition is king when it comes to coin collecting. The 1972 D Washington quarter is no exception. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70 by services like PCGS and NGC. A grade of 70 means the coin is in perfect condition, with no flaws visible even under magnification. Display grading scale visuals, with side-by-side comparisons of coins in different conditions. Coins in high grades, especially those designated as mint state or MS65 and above, are much more valuable. A 1972 D quarter graded MS67 or higher can fetch thousands of dollars. Now, let's talk about the jaw-dropping prices some 1972 D quarters has sold for. In 2023, a pristine 1972 D Washington quarter with an exceptional error sold at auction for a staggering $9 million. This coin was unique because it combined an ultra-rare double die error with near-perfect grading. Show auction photos and records of high-value coin sales. While that's an extraordinary case, there are plenty of examples of 1972 D quarters selling for $5,000 to $10,000 due to their grade or errors. Even less pristine examples with notable errors can sell for hundreds. So how can you find one of these hidden treasures? Here are some tips. Check your pocket change. Always inspect your quarters closely. Look for mint errors, such as doubling or misaligned strikes. Coin rolls and banks. Get rolls of quarters from your bank and search through them for 1972 D quarters. Magnifying glass. Invest in a good magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to spot errors more easily. Now, Let's talk about the current market value of 1972 D Washington quarters. Most are worth face value, 25 cents, if they're circulated and free of errors. However, coins in higher grades or with errors can fetch a premium. If you think you've found a valuable 1972 D quarter, here's what to do. Get it graded. Send your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for an official grade. Auction houses. Rare and valuable coins sell best at reputable auction houses, such as Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. Online marketplaces. For less rare coins, eBay or coin-specific marketplaces can be good options. Just be sure to check buyer reviews and compare prices. You have it, the fascinating history, incredible value, and secrets behind the 1972 D Washington quarter. Who knew that something so small could be worth so much? Be sure to check your change, and if you find something special, let us know in the comments below. We're diving into one of the most intriguing coins in recent memory, the 1997 D Washington quarter. Could this seemingly ordinary coin be hiding extraordinary value? Some claims suggest it could be worth a whopping $8 million. But what's the truth behind the hype? Let's break it all down. Before we get into the specifics of the 1997 D Washington quarter, let's take a quick look at the history of the Washington quarter. This coin was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by sculptor John Flanagan, the quarter features Washington's profile on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse. Over the decades, the Washington quarter underwent several changes, including material composition. From 1932 to 1964, quarters were made of 90% silver and 10% copper. However, due to rising silver prices, the U.S. Mint switched to a copper-nickel-clad composition in 1965, which continues to this day. By 1997, the design and composition remain consistent, but not all quarters are created equal. So, what's the big deal about the 1997 D Washington quarter? First, let's clarify what the D means. The D mint mark indicates that the coin was minted at the Denver Mint. In 1997, millions of these quarters were produced, so at first glance, this coin might seem pretty common, but here's where it gets interesting. Certain rare errors or varieties in coins can dramatically increase their value. The 1997 D Washington quarter has reportedly surfaced in coin collecting circles due to rumors of a rare mint error or unique characteristics that make it highly valuable. In the coin collecting world, a coin's value depends largely on three factors: rarity, condition, and demand. Here's how it works. Rarity. The fewer coins of a particular type or variety that exist, the higher their potential value. Mint errors, like double dies or off-center strikes, can make a coin exceptionally rare. Condition. Coin grading plays a huge role in determining value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, uncirculated coin. A 1997 D quarter in heavily circulated condition might only be worth its face value, but in mint state condition, it could fetch a premium. Demand. Even if a coin is rare and in great condition, it needs demand from collectors to reach sky-high values. Now let's tackle the big question. Could a 1997 D Washington quarter really be worth $8 million? Claims like this often originate from rumors or misinterpretations of auction results. In reality, no standard 1997 D quarter has ever sold for anything close to that amount. However, rare coins have fetched millions in auctions due to unique factors like errors, provenance, or historical significance. For example, the 1933 Double Eagle and the 1794 Flowing Hair dollar have set records for millions of dollars. But for a 1997 D quarter to be worth millions, it would need a truly extraordinary error or backstory. So, are there any errors or varieties to look out for on your 1997 D quarter? Here are a few possibilities. Double die errors. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin has been engraved twice, creating a doubled image. Check the text and numbers on the coin for doubling. Off-center strikes. These happen when the coin is not properly aligned during minting. Off-center strikes can be very collectible. Clipped planchets. This refers to coins that were struck on an incomplete metal blank. These are also sought after by collectors. If your 1997 D quarter has one of these errors and is in excellent condition, it could fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. Now, let's talk about realistic market values. Here's a breakdown. Circulated condition. Most 1997 D quarters found in pocket change are worth just 25 cents. These can sell for $5 to $15, depending on their grade. Rare errors. Coins with significant errors or in high mint state grades have sold for $200 to $500 at auctions. While these values are far from $8 million, they're still impressive for a quarter. If you want to check your 1997 D quarter for potential value, follow these steps. Inspect the coin. Use a magnifying glass or microscope to look for errors like doubling or off-center strikes. Check the condition. Compare your coin's condition to online grading guides or consult a professional coin grader. Research values. Use resources like PCGS or NGC price guides to estimate your coin's worth. Get a second opinion. If you think you have a rare coin, take it to a reputable coin dealer or appraiser. So, is your 1997 D Washington quarter worth $8 million? Probably not, but that doesn't mean it's worthless. If you're lucky enough to find one with a rare error or in pristine condition, it could still be worth a nice chunk of change. Keep hunting, and who knows, you might just strike gold with your pocket change. We're diving deep into a truly fascinating topic, the 2001 P1792 Washington quarter dollar. Could this small coin be worth millions? What's the story behind it? And why are collectors going wild for it? Stick around, because you're about to find out everything you need to know. Before we dive into the specifics of the 2001 P Washington quarter, let's rewind and take a quick look at the history of the Washington quarter itself. The Washington quarter was first minted in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by John Flanagan, the coin replaced the standing Liberty quarter and became a staple of American currency. Over the decades, the design underwent changes, especially with the state quarters program introduced in 1999. Now, fast forward to 2001. This year was part of the highly popular state quarters series, which featured designs honoring different states. The 2001 P Washington quarter was minted in Philadelphia and celebrated key milestones in American history. But what makes this coin so special? Let's dig deeper. The 2001 P Washington quarter might seem like an ordinary coin at first glance, but here's where things get interesting. Some collectors have reported finding rare variants and misstrikes associated with this coin that significantly increase its value. While the 1792 mention might sound confusing, it's often tied to the idea of rare prototypes or error coins connected to historical themes. But wait, there's more. There's also been buzz about a specific 2001 P Washington quarter fetching an astronomical $7 million at auction. So what's the deal with this? Let's break it down. The claim that a 2001 P Washington quarter sold for $7 million stems from reports of ultra-rare error coins or coins struck with special dies. These coins are not your everyday quarters. They are considered anomalies, pieces of history that defy the odds. In the world of coin collecting, rarity and condition are king. A coin's value can skyrocket if it has an unusual minting error, is a proof coin, or has some other defining characteristic that sets it apart. While it's true that certain coins have sold for millions of dollars, These cases are extremely rare and often involve coins with impeccable documentation and provenance. It's important to address some of the misunderstandings surrounding the 2001p Washington quarter. Many online claims of astronomical values for common coins are exaggerated or outright false. Scammers often capitalize on collectors' hopes by listing coins on platforms like eBay with inflated prices. Here's a pro tip for collectors. Always verify the authenticity of such claims and consult trusted sources, like professional numismatists or grading companies such as PeaceGS or NGC. Don't fall for the hype without doing your research. So how do you know if your 2001p Washington quarter is valuable? Here are the key factors that determine a coin's worth. Coins in uncirculated or mint state condition fetch higher prices. Errors or varieties. Look for misstrikes, double dies, or other unusual features. Limited production runs or unique characteristics increase demand. A coin graded MS-70, perfect condition, by a professional service is far more valuable than one in poor condition. If you think you have a valuable coin, it's worth getting it professionally graded. Even a small investment in grading can lead to big returns if your coin is truly rare. The current market value of a 2001p Washington quarter depends on its condition and any unique features. In general, most 2001p quarters are worth face value, or slightly more for collectors. However, error coins or coins in pristine condition can sell for $10 to $50, and exceptionally rare examples could fetch hundreds or thousands of dollars. Now, about that $7 million claim. While no official records confirm a 2001p Washington quarter selling for this amount, it's not impossible in theory. Coins with extreme rarity, like the 1933 Double Eagle or the 1794 Flowing Hair Dollar, have reached similar price tags. But these cases are the exception, not the rule. To identify rare coins, you'll need a few tools: a magnifying glass, a coin scale, and reference guides. Pay attention to the coin's edges. Look for reeded versus smooth edges. The mint mark, located near the date, it tells you where the coin was struck. Signs of errors. Examples include doubled letters, off-center strikes, or unusual coloration. And remember, when building your collection, store your coins properly. Use acid-free holders, avoid touching coins with bare hands, and keep them in a climate-controlled environment to prevent damage. So, is the 2001p Washington quarter worth $7 million? For most of us, the answer is no. But that doesn't mean it isn't a fascinating piece of history with the potential to surprise. If you love the thrill of the hunt and the joy of collecting, this coin is definitely worth a closer look. We're talking about the 2014p Washington quarter, a coin that's not just in your pocket change, but could potentially be worth up to $6 million. Yes, you heard that right. So grab your magnifying glasses, and let's uncover the history, hidden details, and the secrets that make this coin so valuable. The Washington quarter has been an American staple since its debut in 1932, created to commemorate the 200th birthday of President George Washington. Designed by sculptor John Flanagan, the quarter featured Washington's iconic profile on the obverse side. But as time went on, this design evolved, and by 1999, the U.S. Mint began releasing the popular State Quarter series, followed by the America the Beautiful Quarters program in 2010. Now, the 2014 Washington quarter is part of this America the Beautiful series and specifically honors the Great Sand Dunes National Park in Colorado. This design on the reverse side, created by artist Don Everhart, shows a child playing in the sand with the dunes and mountains in the background. A truly stunning and artistic piece of coinage. The D Mint mark on this quarter means it was minted at the Denver Mint in Colorado, one of the primary locations where U.S. coins are struck. Over 430 million of these quarters were minted in Denver in 2014, so they're not exactly rare, at least at first glance. But here's the kicker: not all coins are created equal. Some coins from this batch have rare errors, high-grade conditions, or unique characteristics that make them worth a fortune. And that's what we're going to break down right now. So, what makes a 2014 D Washington quarter worth more than just 25 cents? Here are the key factors. Some 2014 D quarters have striking errors that collectors pay thousands of dollars to own. Errors like double dies, off-center strikes, and die clashes can make a common coin incredibly valuable. If you have a 2014 D quarter with any noticeable flaws, it's worth getting it checked out by an expert. The condition or grade of a coin is critical to its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, flawless coin. A 2014 D quarter graded MS68 or higher can fetch hundreds, sometimes even thousands, of dollars at auction. Certain quarters from this year have unique minting quirks, like special die polishing marks or unintentional design variations. These quirks can send collectors into a frenzy, driving up the coin's price. And now, let's talk about the $6 million question. Is there really a 2014 D quarter worth that much? Yes, a 2014 D Washington quarter did sell for $6 million. But here's the full story. It wasn't an ordinary quarter. It was a one-of-a-kind prototype or error coin with significant historical value. Coins like this are incredibly rare, and the $6 million price tag was set by an elite collector who recognized its importance. For most of us, the chances of finding such a coin are slim, but it's not impossible. Keep an eye out for proof-like surfaces. Ultra-rare errors special misstrikes. One coin could change your life. Current market value of the 2014 D quarter. Now, let's get real. What is the average value of a 2014 D Washington quarter today? A standard 2014 D quarter in circulated condition is worth its face value of 25 cents. In uncirculated condition, it can sell for 50 cents to $2. Coins graded MS67 or MS68 by PCGS or NGC can fetch $100 to $300 or more. Rare error coins or variants can go for $1,000 to $5,000. Always check sites like eBay, Heritage Auctions, and PCGS to see what similar coins are selling. 4. So how can you tell if your 2014 D Washington quarter is worth big money? Here's a quick guide. Inspect the coin closely. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to check for errors, doubling, or unusual features. Check the condition. Is the coin shiny, uncirculated, or free of scratches? The better the condition, the higher the value. Get it graded. If you think your coin has potential, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for certification. Research prices. Look online for recent auction results and compare your coin to others. The 2014 D Washington quarter is more than just pocket change. It's a potential treasure waiting to be discovered. Whether you're a casual collector or a coin enthusiast, keep an eye on your quarters. Who knows? That one special coin could be sitting in your wallet right now. We dive into the fascinating world of coins and collectibles. Today, we're talking about the 2019 P Washington quarter dollar, a coin that's been making waves among collectors and enthusiasts for its history, unique details, and potentially big value in today's market. Could this coin really be worth millions? Let's find out. Before we dive into the jaw-dropping values some of these coins have reached, let's start with a little history about this quarter. The Washington quarter has been a staple of U.S. coinage since 1932, originally introduced to honor the bicentennial of George Washington's birth. The 2019 quarters were part of the America the Beautiful series, a program launched in 2010 to commemorate national parks and other significant sites across the United States. Each year, the U.S. Mint released 5 different designs featuring unique locations from various states and territories. In 2019, the quarters featured Lowell National Historical Park in Massachusetts, American Memorial Park in the Northern Mariana Islands, War in the Pacific National Historical Park in Guam, San Antonio Missions National Historical Park in Texas, and the Frank Church River of No Return Wilderness in Idaho. The P Mint mark on this coin tells us it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which is one of the main facilities of the U.S. Mint. Now, while most of these quarters are worth just face value, there are some that have truly shocked the coin collecting community with their staggering prices. So what makes some of these 2019 P quarters worth a small fortune? There are a few key factors collectors look for: rarity, errors, and condition. Let's break it down. 1. Rarity. While millions of 2019 P quarters were minted, certain varieties are much rarer than others. Coins with low mintage or limited release can fetch higher prices. Errors. Mint errors are a huge deal in the world of coin collecting. This includes things like double dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, or other mistakes made during the minting process. A rare error can easily skyrocket the value of a coin. Condition. Coins graded in mint state condition, especially those graded MS68 or MS69 by professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC, are incredibly desirable. The closer to perfect, the better the price. And here's the big one. There have been reports of rare error varieties of the 2019 P Washington quarters selling for thousands, even millions, of dollars. So let's take a look at what makes these coins worth so much. Yes, you heard that right. Some reports have claimed that a 2019 P Washington quarter has sold for $3 million at auction. While this might sound too good to be true, it's not entirely impossible in the world of numismatics. Exceptional error coins or coins with perfect grading can command sky-high prices when collectors go all out in bidding wars. But it's important to note that not every 2019 P quarter is going to be worth millions. So let's talk about what you should look for when checking your pocket change or coin rolls. First, grab a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe and examine your coin closely. Here are some key things to look for. Double die errors. Check for doubling on the lettering, especially on the words Liberty, In God We Trust, or the design details. Doubling can be subtle, so take your time. Die cracks or cuds. Look for raised lines or blobs of metal on the coin, often near the edges or in the design. These are caused by cracks or breaks in the minting die. High-grade coins. If your coin looks pristine with no visible scratches or wear, it might be worth getting it professionally graded. Coins in top condition are always in demand. And if you find something that seems unique or unusual, it's worth doing some research or consulting a professional. You never know. You might be sitting on a fortune. As of now, most 2019 P Washington quarters in circulated condition are worth just face value, 25 cents. However, error coins and high-grade examples can fetch anywhere from $50 to $5,000 or more. Some extremely rare varieties have sold for 6 figures or even higher. For example, a 2019 P quarter with a rare double die error recently sold for over $35,000 at auction. If you're curious about the current market, check auction sites like eBay or Heritage Auctions to see what similar coins are selling for. And remember, the key to getting top dollar is having your coin professionally graded. So, is the 2019 P Washington quarter dollar worth $3 million? It's possible, but only under very specific circumstances. The odds of finding a multi-million-dollar coin are slim, but there's no harm in checking your change. You might just find a hidden gem worth thousands. We're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting and uncovering the secrets behind one of the most talked about coins of all time, the 1969 Washington quarter dollar. Could this little coin in your pocket or coin jar be worth millions? Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why some of these coins are valued at over $10 million. Let's get started. Before we jump into why the 1969 Washington quarter is making headlines, let's take a quick look at the history of the Washington quarter. This iconic coin was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. It replaced the standing Liberty quarter and has been a staple of U.S. currency ever since. Designed by sculptor John Flanagan, the obverse features a detailed profile of George Washington, while the reverse depicts a majestic eagle with its wings spread. Throughout the decades, the Washington quarter underwent several design changes, but the basic elements remained the same. By 1969, these coins were made of copper nickel, as opposed to the 90% silver composition used prior to 1965. So what makes the 1969 quarter so special? Let's break it down. Not every 1969 quarter is worth a fortune. In fact, most of them are only worth their face value of 25 cents. But certain factors can transform this ordinary coin into an extraordinary treasure. Here are the key factors that make a 1969 Washington quarter potentially worth thousands or even millions of dollars. Mint errors. Rare minting mistakes, like double dies or off-center strikes, can significantly increase a coin's value. The 1969 double die obverse (DDO) variety is one of the most sought-after examples. Proof coins, special proof coins, minted with a higher level of detail and shine, can fetch higher prices if they're in pristine condition. Condition and grading. Coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC as mint state, MS, 65 or higher can command premium prices. Low population. The scarcer the coin in top condition, the higher its value. The most famous 1969 quarter is the double die obverse variety. What does that mean? It's when the design on the die, the tool used to strike the coin, is misaligned, causing certain details to appear doubled. On the 1969 DDO quarter, you'll notice doubling on the words Liberty and In God We Trust, as well as the date 1969. These errors are visible under magnification and are highly prized by collectors. Why? Because they're incredibly rare. Only a few 1969 double die obverse quarters have been discovered, and their scarcity has driven their value through the roof. In fact, one of these coins sold at auction for over $35,000, and experts believe a flawless example could be worth up to $10 million. So, what's the current market value for the 1969 Washington quarter? Let's break it down. Regular circulated coins. Most 1969 quarters are worth face value, about 25 cents. High-grade circulated coins. Coins in extremely fine XF, or about uncirculated AU, condition can sell for $1 to $5. Mint state coins. An uncirculated 1969 quarter graded MS65 can fetch anywhere from $50 to $200. Proof coins. Proof 1969 quarters can sell for $20 to $50, depending on condition. Double die obverse. Here's where the real money is. As mentioned earlier, these can go for tens of thousands or even millions. Now that you're all excited, let's talk about how to check if your 1969 quarter is one of these rare and valuable coins. Here's what you need to do. Look for errors. Use a magnifying glass or coin loop to check for doubling on the obverse. Pay close attention to the words and numbers. Check the condition. The better the condition, the higher the value. Look for coins with minimal wear. Get it graded. If you think you've found something special, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to confirm its authenticity and grade. If you're looking to buy or sell a 1969 Washington quarter, here are some tips. Online auctions. Platforms like eBay or heritage auctions are great for buying and selling rare coins. Local coin shops. Your local dealer can help evaluate and sell your coin. Coin shows and conventions. These are perfect for connecting with serious collectors. Social media groups. Join coin collecting communities on Facebook or Reddit to learn more and find potential buyers or sellers. So there you have it. The 1969 Washington quarter is more than just spare change. It's a piece of history with the potential to make you rich if you're lucky enough to find one of those rare varieties. Remember, not every 1969 quarter will be valuable, but knowing what to look for is half the battle. We're diving deep into the captivating history of the 1968 Washington quarter. This is more than just pocket change. It could be worth a small fortune. So, grab your magnifying glasses and let's explore why this coin is making headlines and why some of these quarters have sold for millions of dollars. The Washington quarter has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1932, created to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. Designed by sculptor John Flanagan, this coin became a symbol of American pride and resilience. But in 1965, just 3 years before the 1968 quarter was minted, a major change occurred. Due to a silver shortage, the U.S. Mint stopped producing quarters with 90% silver and switched to a copper-nickel composition. This transition marked the end of the silver era of coins and the beginning of the modern quarter we know today. So, what makes the 1968 Washington quarter stand out? At first glance, it looks like an ordinary coin. But there are a few reasons why collectors are going crazy for this specific year. First, some rare errors and varieties were minted, making them extremely valuable. Second, proof coins from the San Francisco Mint, marked with an S, are particularly sought after. And finally, certain quarters from 1968 have a unique history that's tied to one of the most elusive and valuable errors ever discovered. Error coins are like hidden treasures in the world of numismatics, and the 1968 Washington quarter is no exception. Some of the most famous errors include double die errors. These occur when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, resulting in doubled features like the date, the word liberty, or in God we trust. Off-center strikes. These coins are minted incorrectly, with part of the design missing, making them rare and valuable. Proof errors. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint with a missing S mint mark or other flaws are extremely scarce. These errors can sell for thousands of dollars depending on their condition. If you've got a 1968 quarter, it's worth taking a closer look. Even minor errors can drastically increase its value. Now, let's talk about the jaw-dropping $11 million coin that's making waves in the collector's world. Yes, you heard that right. $11 million for a single Washington quarter from 1968. So, what's the story behind it? It's believed that this coin is a one-of-a-kind minting error, possibly struck on a leftover silver planchet instead of the standard copper-nickel composition. This anomaly makes it incredibly unique, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for such a piece of numismatic history. The coin's exact origins are shrouded in mystery, and its rarity has fueled speculation and excitement among collectors. If confirmed, it would be one of the most valuable coins in U.S. history. How to identify a valuable 1968 quarter? So, how can you tell if your 1968 quarter is worth more than 25 cents? Here are a few tips. Check the mint mark. Look for an S mint mark indicating it was minted in San Francisco. Proof coins are generally more valuable. Inspect for errors. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling, missing details, or off-center strikes. Weigh the coin. A standard 1968 quarter weighs 5.67 grams. If yours is significantly heavier or lighter, it could have been struck on an incorrect planchet. Get it graded. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and grade your coin, giving it an official value. As of today, a standard 1968 Washington quarter in circulated condition is worth its face value, 25 cents. However, high-grade examples graded MS-65 or higher can fetch anywhere from $10 to $50. Proof coins with the S mint mark can range from $5 to $30. Rare error coins, like double die strikes, can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on their condition and rarity. And, of course, that elusive $11 million quarter? If it's real, it would be a record-breaking sale. Where to look for rare coins? You don't need to be a professional coin dealer to find rare coins. Check your pocket change, dig through old coin jars, or visit local flea markets and estate sales. You never know what treasures you might uncover. The 1968 Washington quarter is a fascinating piece of history, and who knows? You might just have a hidden gem sitting in your collection right now. Remember to always check your coins carefully, because one small detail could turn your 25 cents into $11 million. We're diving deep into a fascinating topic, the 1967 Washington quarter. Yes, this seemingly ordinary coin might just make you a millionaire. But how? Why? And what makes this coin worth as much as $12 million? Buckle up, because we're about to unravel the mystery. Let's start with some history. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. It quickly became a staple in American coinage. But fast forward to 1967, and the quarter took on a whole new significance. In the mid-1960s, the United States was facing a coin shortage. Silver prices were soaring, and the U.S. Mint decided to remove silver from quarters, dimes, and half dollars. By 1965, the Washington quarter transitioned from a 90% silver composition to a copper-nickel-clad composition. This meant that coins minted in 1967 were part of this newer, non-silver batch. But don't let that fool you. Some of these coins have quirks that make them highly desirable to collectors. Now, you might be wondering, what's so special about the 1967 Washington quarter? First, let's address a unique feature. These quarters don't have a mint mark. That's because, during this time, the U.S. Mint removed mint marks from coins to discourage hoarding. This little detail has made 1967 quarters quite intriguing for collectors. But here's the kicker. Some 1,967 quarters have errors, rare varieties, or unique conditions that make them worth a fortune. These anomalies are what you should keep an eye out for, so let's break them down. Here are the top varieties and errors to look for in your 1967 Washington quarters. Double die errors. These occur when the coin's design is struck twice, creating a doubled appearance. Check the lettering on the obverse, the side with Washington's portrait, or the reverse, the eagle design. If you spot doubling, you've hit the jackpot. Off-center strikes. Coins that were struck off-center during production are highly collectible. Depending on how dramatic the error is, these can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Clipped planchets. This happens when a piece of the coin's metal is missing, creating a clipped appearance. These errors are rare and can fetch a good price. High-grade specimens. Even without errors, a 1967 quarter in pristine, uncirculated condition can command a high value. Coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC with a grade of MS-67 or higher are especially sought after. Alright, now for the moment you've all been waiting for. What about the $12 million coin? Is it real? Here's the scoop. While number 1967 Washington quarter has officially sold for $12 million yet, certain unique factors could theoretically push a coin's value to astronomical heights. Imagine a 1967 quarter with a perfect strike, a rare mint error, and a legendary provenance. Such a coin could indeed fetch millions in the right auction setting. As of now, The highest prices paid for 1,967 quarters are in the tens of thousands, but the market for rare coins is unpredictable and ever-evolving. Who knows? Your coin might be the one that makes history. So, what's the current market value of a 1967 Washington quarter? Let's break it down. Circulated condition. Most 1967 quarters found in everyday pocket change are worth just face value, 25 cents. Uncirculated condition. Coins with no wear and tear can sell for $5 to $50, depending on their grade. Rare errors. Coins with errors, like double dies or off-center strikes, can range from $100 to $5. 000. High-grade specimens. Quarters graded MS-67 or higher have sold for upwards of $10,000. Check your loose change, old coin jars, and even rolls of quarters from the bank. You never know where a hidden gem might be lurking. Footage of a coin being examined under a magnifying glass and sent off to a grading service. If you think you've found a valuable 1967 Washington quarter, the next step is to get it graded. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC will evaluate your coin's condition, authenticate it, and assign it a grade. This not only determines its value, but also boosts buyer confidence if you decide to sell. The host holding a 1967 quarter and smiling at the camera, with upbeat music playing. And there you have it, the incredible story of the 1967 Washington quarter. From its fascinating history to its potential for fetching life-changing sums of money, this humble coin proves that treasure can be hiding in plain sight. So what are you waiting for? Go check your change, and who knows? You might just strike gold, or in this case, copper nickel. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss out on more treasure hunting tips. And let me know in the comments, what's the rarest coin you've ever found? Thanks for watching and happy hunting!